Alrighty guys, I got Brian's modified Bugs 3 now. I finished putting it together, redid all the wiring he had, put the SMA 3dBi on there. As you can see, it's definitely a little windy. We've definitely got a good breeze going on here. So I decided not to go fully loaded with the GoPro because I want to be able to have the agility, because we're getting gusts of like 7 to 15 miles per hour right now. And when you're cruising in between trees and stuff, you really don't want to have a whole lot of wind, especially as a stabilized flyer. So I think it looks good, man. I think it looks aggressive. I'm going to try to start this flight off at 100 milliwatts. If I don't like the way things are working, I will bump it back down to 25 milliwatts. And then I also have this other omnidirectional for my antennas to replace the big, not the square one, this one here, mushroom omnidirectional 5.8. I'm going to start off with this, and actually I'll start off with 100 milliwatts like that and see how it works. If it works good, then we'll change out this antenna and see how we do. This one's a little higher gain signal, so it should be interesting. But I'm going to set the camera down, record myself flying while you guys get the DVR footage from the goggles, so you'll see what I see, and let's have some fun. Alrighty guys, I got it set up over there on the table. I'm running on 100 milliwatts, and I seem to have pretty good picture. We'll tell a lot more once we get power drain, because I don't have it hooked to one cell. It's actually hooked directly to the LED board on the Bugs 3. So if I start noticing some really horrible lines, we'll go ahead and stop the flight, and I'll bump it back to 25 milliwatts, and we'll go from there. So let's get this thing in the air. I'm gonna start my DVR recording on my goggles. We are recording. Let me arm the motors here and get her up in the air. Looks pretty good so far. I'm just going to cruise around a little bit here. I'm getting some pretty bad breakup though. I hear people. I'm actually going to land for 1 sec here to see where everybody's at. Okay. Gotcha. I may just bump it back to 25 anyways. We'll see. Let's get her back up in the air moving here. I am getting some lines, guys, so we're going to go ahead and cut the FPV signal back here. Give me 1 sec. I'm getting some heavy lines here. Let's go ahead and turn the signal back. I'll see you guys in a sec here. Alright, I went ahead and bumped it back to 25 milliwatts, so we'll start the DVR again and get recording. We are recording. I see some, yep, I got somebody walking here, so we'll just take it real easy. We'll just cruise around for a sec here. Good amount of wind, that's for sure. Alright, we need to work on going right here, so without gaining too much altitude. I just do not feel comfortable with going right, man. There's something about going right that's hard for me. Telling you, I was designed for NASCAR. I hear people talking. Let's go ahead and land real quick. Alright. Just making sure where they're at here. Alright, let's start working on your right hand turns here, Dan. Alright, so Brian's Bugs flies pretty good, not fully loaded with a GoPro. Bring her on in here. See if we can put her right up here on the concrete. Perfect. Let me stop this recording here. Yeah, so this one works very good. Once again though, I'm out in pretty crummy area, so I'm going to finish off the rest of the flight with this antenna and see how it does. If it performs better with this antenna and I get better reception, then we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off these goggles, which I already have obviously. We're going to unscrew this. And we're going to screw on this other antenna here and see exactly what happens. This one's supposed to be a higher performance antenna. It's supposed to be a lot better than the cheap one that comes with it with all the hot glue on there. So let me turn the Bugs around here, put on the goggles. Excellent, I have FPV. Start another recording. And let's see how this antenna does. You guys see I'm still tilting my head when I fly? I gotta break that habit, man. It's a bad habit. Oh yeah, this antenna is not nearly as good. I'm getting some pretty severe breakup. Alright, that's all I needed to know. All I needed to know. Alright, so this antenna is not nearly as good. But the FPV camera is great, man. Especially in low lighting like this, it actually does pretty darn well. So, testing of the Bugs 3 in the windy conditions, we're good to go. Brian, it works perfect with the new setup, so I'm happy. As far as on-screen display, I'm not one of those people that requires it. I'm also not a huge fan of having a bunch of stuff all over my screen, so not really my forte. So all the people that are like on-screen display, I like the freedom of just seeing what I see, man, and coping with things as they come. So, all right, guys, 2DB.